BV yeast UTIs. That's a big sign there. She loses a lot of energy. She's just drained. Again, story for another day. Hey y'all, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm back. It has been such a long time since I made a last video. I will go into that in another video. Actually, I'm gonna go into it today. You know, I just needed time. Like, I felt really unorganized and I was just like, I gotta get this shit together. That was pretty much it. I just really wanted to get organized in my content and like just being more consistent and just not letting anything distract me or take me away from being consistent. Like, that's very easy for me to do, is get distracted, because I like to focus on one thing at once. But anyway, today, now this is gonna be an important discussion because, yeah, the female body does reject what is not for her, what she does not need to be around. That is the beauty of being a woman. Our bodies will literally tell us, hell no, this ain't it, he ain't it. You know, it will literally tell us. And I feel like a lot of us don't know the signs. So I'm going to go into that today and kind of just help you guys understand when your body is repelling something or a situation or someone. A lot of you have already felt this, but a lot of you didn't know what it was. So that's what we're going to go into today. So when your body is rejecting, as a woman, when your body rejects, let's start with a man, okay? When your body is rejecting a man, let me tell you what it does. The beautiful female body, let me tell you how smart it is. Your whole entire body will get chemically imbalanced, right? Sometimes it starts with just BV. Sometimes it starts with just a yeast infection. Then a UTI. You're constantly getting it. You're constantly getting it. Every time you go to the doctor and they prescribe you some antibiotics or something, and you just keep getting BV. You keep getting yeast infection, keep getting UTI. That is like one of the #1 telltale signs. Like, hell no. And especially if you're having like raw intercourse with the person, and every single time like you're intimate with them, that keeps happening. There it is. Take it or leave it. Now, I understand if it's your fault, like, girl, if you know y'all having sex and you don't go to the bathroom after, and you don't pee after, and you don't shower after, then okay. All right, now it's two people to blame. But if you know you're doing everything and it's still not working, like it's still constantly being thrown off and your body is still reacting a certain way, boom, there it is. And a lot of times we have such a hard time listening to our bodies because women, we're so emotional. And a lot of us have a problem with the logical side of things, the real life of things. You have to literally be like, okay, fuck what I feel, okay? What's happening in my body? What's happening here? You know, what's really going on? Fuck the way that I feel about this person. And majority of the time, we're only attached to the potential of them, not the actual person, but the feeling and the potential. But we'll talk about that another time. But like I said, if you're constantly getting BV yeast UTIs, that's a big sign there to really pay attention to and really like zone in on, okay, you know, really to go deeper in a spiritual sense and in a scientific sense. It will literally be his bacterias, your bacterias, his fluids, your fluids, they just don't mix. They're not supposed to be mixing. And then it causes all these different inflammatory responses and bacterial responses, basically. But, you know, again, story for another day. The second sign is your health starts to decline. So something about that, your health may not decline immediately. Okay, so that's something that happens over time, but you will start to see the signs, like whether your anxiety goes up, you start to become a lot more paranoid than normal. Your sleep is interrupted sometimes, like your sleep is just really off, and especially when you're next to him, you're kind of tossing and turning, you don't feel that safety, you don't feel that comfortability. That's a huge sign. Your body is literally telling you like, hey, danger, danger. And it's just our job to listen to it and respond. Your mind starts to change. Your thoughts start to not become yours. Because the reason why that happens is because when you have intercourse with a man, you essentially become him. If he is a very negative person, you're going to start becoming negative. Your mind is going to tell you negative thoughts. You're going to feel negative. If he hates dogs, you're going to end up starting to kind of like, I really don't like dogs. And, and that can go the other way. If he's a very positive person, you're going to get all of those benefits. If he's a very abundant person, motivated person, you're going to get those benefits as well. Whew. If he's fighting demons, you're going to start fighting them. You're going to start feeling like things are attacking you. All in all, you will become whatever he is. So when you decide to sleep with somebody, you need to look at them as a whole and say, hey, would I be okay taking on his attributes? Would I be okay morphing into him? That is the real world. We are just the receivers, and we can't change that. There's nothing, we cannot change that. Another sign is your appearance. So I saw this trend where it was like the boyfriend trend, and you see women like completely look different than when they were single. It is so true, because it's like, oh my gosh, I look totally different now. Like, I don't even look like myself. Women will either get prettier with a man, which is very rare, but women get more beautiful when they're taken care of, when they're putting their feminine energy with that guy. I mean, you see them glowing, like they start to lose weight. They look so put up and kept up. When it's the opposite, you can tell she's drained. I mean, she looks like the life has gone out of her. She is not that beautiful, vibrant, girl that she essentially becomes him, and she loses a lot of energy. She's just drained. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not pouring into her. Women, we often take on a lot of we take on a lot when we're in a relationship, and a lot of times, a lot of us are very nurturing. So we start to take on motherly roles, and we would just want to take care of our boo, and we just want to make sure he good. We want to make sure he ate, and that's good in theory. But if you want to do that, you have to make sure he's pouring into you exactly how you're doing that, or you're going to drain yourself of all your resources, of all your love, all your beauty, all your glow. You're just going to drain it. Even when it comes to smaller, like more bigger things, some people, if they're in a relationship for a really long time and they don't get out, it turns into cancers, it turns into hormonal imbalances, it turns into infertility, it turns into so many different things. And you're just trying to wonder, like, why? I was fine before this. Like, I was okay before this. But now, like, I'm in a whirlwind. That all comes from your body just simply repelling a situation. Your body can repel a job. Your body can repel your roommate. Any situation that your soul does not want to be in, it will repel. Okay, it's just that simple. Honestly, my advice is to take care of yourself. Women feel everything so deeply, and not just on a surface level, but deeply as in emotional, deeply as in spiritual. Our essence goes beyond the physical, and we have to literally take care of ourselves. Like, I'm talking for real. And to my moms out there, take some time for self-care. Take some time to take care of yourself. And a lot of moms don't really get that chance to, and they don't it's not by choice. It's just like it's really, really hard to when you have kids to take care of. This is just hard. But you have to put that time aside, whether it's 10 minutes a day, whether it's 10 minutes when you wake up in the morning before the kids, you just set your alarm at least 10 minutes earlier, and you just go and, do your hair and do whatever makes you feel. You meditate, pray, but take some time out for you. That is very, very important. I love y'all moms. I love the moms. This is a quick video, short video. I just wanted to touch on that topic. If you want me to speak deeply about this, I absolutely can. This is just the gist of it. Your body will repel any situations it does not want to be in. Simple is that. Okay, if you guys want to order any of my herbal teas for hormonal imbalance, my book called The Female Guide, The Ultimate Guide to Pleasure, all of my products will be linked below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you comment and leave your thoughts. And if you have gone through this situation, go ahead and comment that as well so the other ladies can see, because we need to teach the other girls, like, no, don't do this. Okay, tune into my next video. See you guys soon.